Have you ever noticed that when you first get out of bed in the morning, or stand up after sitting for a long time, your hips feel just a little bit tight, or maybe even a little heavy, like they need a moment to remember how to move fluidly? It is a very common feeling, and while it is easy to think it is just a natural part of getting older, it is often simply a sign that our bodies are asking for a little bit of gentle attention. Welcome to our quiet space today, where we are going to focus entirely on that feeling. We are going to explore one very simple, steady movement that many people over 60 have found incredibly helpful for maintaining a sense of stability and strength in the hips. We aren't here to run a marathon or lift heavy weights, because often real strength doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency and from listening to what your body is whispering to you. Before we begin, it is always a good idea to remind yourself that you know your body best. So please move only in a range that feels comfortable for you today. And if you ever feel unsure about a new movement, or if you have any specific health concerns, it is always wise to have a chat with a healthcare professional first, just to be safe. Today is about moving with ease, not pushing through pain. So if anything doesn't feel quite right, simply pause and rest, because resting is a part of the process too. Now I want you to imagine for a moment what it feels like to walk with absolute confidence, to step off a curb or climb a stair without a second thought, because that kind of confidence usually starts right in the center of the body, in the hips. The exercise we are going to look at today isn't flashy, and you won't see it in high-intensity workout videos, but that is exactly why it is so powerful for us. It focuses on the sides of the hips, the muscles that are responsible for holding us steady when we are on one leg, even for that split second when we are walking. This is the part many people skip because it looks so simple, but often the smallest movements yield the most supportive results for our daily life. So let's find a comfortable spot. You don't need any special equipment, just a sturdy chair, a kitchen counter, or even a solid wall that you can hold onto for balance. Take a moment to get settled. Stand tall next to your support with your feet about hip width apart. Not too wide and not too narrow, just right where they would naturally land. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs, and letting your shoulders drop down away from your ears as you breathe out. Let's do that one more time, just to signal to the body that we are ready to pay attention. Breathe in deeply and breathe out slowly, letting go of any tension in your jaw or your neck. Now place your hand lightly on the chair or wall. You don't need to grip it tightly. Just let it be there like a helpful friend, offering a little stability. We are going to focus on the leg that is furthest away from the chair. Keep a tiny bend in your knees so they aren't locked tight. We want our joints to feel soft and ready. Slowly shift your weight onto the leg closest to the chair. You might notice your body wants to lean way over to the side, but try to stay as tall as a tree growing straight up toward the sky. Here is where the movement begins. Without rushing, slowly lift that outer leg out to the side, just a few inches. It doesn't need to go high. In fact, a smaller controlled movement is often better than a high swinging one. Keep your toes pointing forward rather than turning them up toward the ceiling. Hold it there for just a brief second, feeling that muscle on the side of your hip waking up and saying hello. Then, with just as much control, slowly lower the foot back down to the ground. That is one repetition. But let's not worry about counting numbers today. Let's worry about the quality of the feeling. Let's try it again. Breathe in as you prepare, and as you breathe out, lift that leg out to the side. Imagine you are pushing something very light away with the outside of your ankle. Pause at the top. Notice if your upper body is tipping over toward the chair. If it is, that is completely normal. but see if you can gently bring yourself back to center, using your core muscles to stay upright. This is a micro adjustment that changes everything, because it teaches your body to balance itself. Lower the legs slowly. You might be starting to feel a dull warmth in the side of your hip. That warmth is a sign that the muscle is working. It is building the endurance it needs to support you. When you are walking around the grocery store or gardening in the yard, let's do another one together, moving at your own pace. Lift slowly, hold lower slowly. It is rhythmic, almost like a slow dance. Many people find that doing this movement daily, even just for a few minutes while waiting for the kettle to boil, helps them feel more planted and secure on their feet. It is not about building big muscles. It is about building trust in your own body. If you need to take a break, please do. Shake out your legs a little bit. There is no rush here. We aren't competing with anyone. We are simply maintaining our own vessel. Now here is a little detail that makes a big difference. When you lift your leg, next try to keep your hips square to the front, like headlights on a car. Sometimes our hips want to rotate or twist to make the movement easier, but by keeping them facing forward, we target exactly the right spot for stability. Let's try one more on this side with that intention in mind. Stand tall, shoulders relaxed. Shift your weight. Lift the leg directly to the side, keeping those hip headlights forward. Feel that engagement. And lower it down gently. Wonderful. Take a moment to stand on both feet evenly. Close your eyes for a second, if you feel balanced enough to do so. And just notice the difference between the two sides. Does the side we just worked feel a little more awake? A little more present? That awareness is the first step to better movement. Now let's gently turn around or move your chair, so we can give the other side the same attention. It is important to keep things balanced. Place your other hand on the support. Again, check your posture. Are you standing tall? Is your chest open? Are your knees soft? Let's begin on this side. Shift your weight to the leg nearest the chair. And when you are ready, slowly lift the outer leg to the side. You might notice that this side feels different than the first side. Maybe it is a little tighter, or maybe it moves more easily. That is perfectly okay. Our bodies are rarely perfectly symmetrical, and we just want to meet this side exactly where it is today. Lower the leg with control. Remember the breath. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. This coordination of breath and movement is calming for the nervous system, which is a wonderful bonus. Lift and hold. Think about length rather than height. Imagine your leg is getting longer as it reaches out, and release it back down. This specific movement is often associated with better pelvic stability. When our pelvis is stable, our lower back doesn't have to work as hard, which is why some people find that their back feels a little freer when they keep their hips strong. It is all connected. Let's do a few more here, moving slowly. Lift, pause, lower. If you find your mind wandering to your to-do list, just gently guide it back to the sensation in your hip. This is your time to be present with yourself. The dishes and the errands can wait for 10 minutes. Right now, you are doing something valuable for your future self. Lift, pause, lower. You are doing great. Even if you only do a few of these, that is infinitely better than doing none at all. Consistency is the secret ingredient. Doing a little bit often is usually more sustainable than trying to do a lot once in a blue moon. Let's do one last gentle lift on this side. Make it your smoothest one yet. Lift, feel the strength, and lower it down. Excellent. Now stand with both feet flat on the floor again. Maybe place your hands on your hips or let them hang by your sides. Take a gentle sway from side to side, just shifting your weight from one foot to the other. Feel how your hips support you as you transfer that weight. Hopefully, you feel a little more solid, a little more grounded. It is a nice feeling, isn't it? As we start to wrap up our session, think about how this simple motion mimics so many things we do in real life. Every time you take a step, you are essentially balancing on one leg for a moment. By strengthening these side muscles, you are making that moment of balance more secure. You are telling your body that it is safe to move. You can do this exercise while watching TV or while brushing your teeth. It doesn't have to be a big production. It just needs to be a small habit. And over weeks and months, these small habits stack up. You might notice that getting out of the car feels a bit smoother, or that standing in line at the bank feels less tiring. These are the victories we are aiming for. The victory of living your life with ease. Remember that caring for your body is a form of self-respect, and it is never too late to start. Whether you are 60, 70, or 80, your muscles can still respond to gentle, consistent movement. They are resilient and they want to support you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope your hips feel a little lighter and your step feels a little surer. It is a privilege to move, and it is a joy to share this quiet time with you. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. Drink some water today, and maybe take a short walk to enjoy how your legs feel. If you found this helpful, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care and keep moving.